Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2018 Alumni Entrepreneur Awards. I am thrilled to kick off Back to Babson weekend with one of our most inspirational celebrations, an evening to recognize alumni entrepreneurs who create great economic and social value everywhere. And I can see that you really enjoy each other's company, too, which is great. It is wonderful to see so many members of our Babson community who've joined us here this evening, faculty and our staff, students, alumni, and guests. Welcome to you all. I have a special welcome. I'd like to recognize and thank Marla Capozzi, Chair of Babson's Board of Trustees. I see we have Letitia in the house there. And also we have Joe Wynn, former chairman of the Board of Trustees. And our great trustees, Shatik Gatlin, Amanda Strong, and Rich Dennis, who is being honored here this evening. I am also delighted that several of our past Rising Star honorees have joined us here tonight. If you could just rise briefly, we have Niari Kavarian, welcome, Alex Moazed, Connell McGill, Emily Levy, Yusuf Al-Humaidi, and Maria Del Mar Gomez. Welcome back. The collective achievements of our 2018 Alumni Entrepreneur Hall of Fame and our 3 Rising Star honorees are remarkable. Their stories and their journeys are inspiring. They have pursued their passions, explored ideas, taken action, and built businesses, and empowered individuals, tackling pressing social issues and creating economic value. Tonight's honorees exemplify the transformative power of entrepreneurship. It is now. At this time, I'd like to invite Debbie Kleiman, Executive Director of the Blank Center, to the stage to introduce our next Rising Star honorees.
I am significantly shorter. Hello, everyone. We are so proud to introduce you to our next Rising Stars. Inspired by the prevalence of lifestyle-related diseases in India and a relative lack of preventative medicine, DJ, MBA 08, and Chinmoy Mishra, MBA 08, returned home to India after graduating to launch Alma Health, a software platform that helps users track, manage, and improve their health. This dynamic duo, along with co-founders Gaurav Vij, and Dr. Rasmi Mishra, leveraged Babson's signature methodology of entrepreneurial thought and action to create a truly immersive venture, establishing a dedicated, consumer-focused health and wellness platform for early identification, tracking, and management of health risks and conditions. Today, Alma provides a variety of services from identifying health risks to data digitization, as well as ancillary services such as online booking of health packages, access to fitness and wellness centers, and the ability to consult a doctor for a second opinion. After starting with only 4 employees in 2013, the company now employs a staff of 40 and is projected to surpass 1 million users by the end of the year. Yeah, you can give that a hand. That's big stuff. More than 40 companies in India now use Alma Health as part of their health and wellness initiatives, and plans are in motion to expand to other countries, including Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Vietnam. I should also add that Alma was acquired only 2 short months ago by Singapore-based health tech startup called Simple Wellness. Together, these two companies will work with over 6,500 partners to provide a comprehensive digital health offering on an even grander scale. It is my pleasure to introduce you to our newest rising stars. We're going to have a little chat, DJ and Chinmoy Mishra. Let's talk a little bit about what inspired you to build Awardees, and potentially, focusing on preventative healthcare in India was probably a very new idea. So how did you come to this idea as the kind of business that you wanted to build? And if you could also mention perhaps what your Babson experiences might have contributed to that decision.
Sure, and I think before we get to that, it's an incredible honor to be here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Babson, for everything. It still feels like a dream. And thank you to all my lovely friends. We have the 10-year reunion, so great to see their faces again after a decade. And also thanks to my lovely wife there, also a Babson alum, and without whom we wouldn't have been here today. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. Coming to how we got started with All Is Health, I believe it's like many other startups. There were different things which kind of came into motion together. So given my experience in the healthcare side for about 15, 16 years, so you could say that maybe I was a bit myopic in my choice of the space. I don't know anything else. Right. So that was one big factor. And add to that, there were certain things which happened in the family which almost proved like a tipping point for us to leave the corporate life and get started with All Is Health. And then the bigger aspect is certainly if you look at the healthcare challenges in India, they're huge. And as we always learn, the bigger the challenges, the bigger is the opportunity. So I think those three things came in together for us. And coming to how Babson has contributed, there was so many ways that Babson has contributed to where we are today. But if there are two takeaways for me, and as I tell everyone, one of the mantras that I have in my life now, and something that Professor Alan Cohen, I believe, first told us is make ambiguity your best friend. So as we navigate through our entrepreneurial challenges and the journey, I think that is one thing that has always stood by us, that every day we wake up to some different scenario, something different, and the real challenge lies in how we navigate our way through these ambiguities. So that's one. And the second one that we also helped us a lot is just the whole belief that if you have a good idea, there are no borders. Right? So entire world is your playground. So I think these two would be my key, sort of learnings from Babson, and which has shaped my life and All Is Health incredibly. So yeah.
Wonderful, thank you. So you have about 600,000 users, over 600,000 users at this point. So can you talk a little bit about how Awardees is changing healthcare in India?
Yes. So the challenge in India that we had with respect to healthcare is. First of all, there was no data in respect to health, and even if there was data, there was no analytics over it. Data without analytics, it's like you just have a potato and all the ingredients, but you don't have the dish. So we decided we'll put all the ingredients together, we'll create new ingredients as well, and then we'll come out with an amazing dish which we can serve to our clients. So So what we identified was and it happened, things change, and it happened during the due course of time. We wanted to do B2C, but we realized that it's a very high cost to acquire users, and didn't want to burn that much kind of money. We didn't have it either. So we decided to go to B2B2C way. And we said the user will still be the focus of this thing, But who will use this data? So it will be insurance companies, for example. They are interested in knowing the entire analytics of a population and seeing that how many people have, let's say, diabetes, the risk, or diabetes, or health, cardiovascular diseases. So it's just analyzing the data from a different perspective, which will be beneficial to our customer base, and try to really make sense of the data and how they can actually use it, take remedial actions, which will affect the bottom line in the long run. So basically, trying to build the entire strategy around it. That's what we did. Because surprisingly, like in India, the insurance industry is really growing. It is still growing. But even 3 or 4 years ago, when we started with the insurance business, they were just focusing on selling insurance. That's it. You know, they were just like, we just want to increase the penetration of the market. We don't care about the claims and everything. But when we went to them and told them, hey, listen, all these people you're going to insure, and tomorrow they're going to file claims. Do you want to reduce it? And that is where we come in.
Right, so focusing more on the preventative end of things hadn't
Yes.
occurred to them. And
Yes.
so that was an incredibly
Yeah.
innovative angle to take on it.
Yeah. So, and also creating at a mass level sort of the data analytics, since we have such a
The
large
analytics.
user base, kind of data which never existed.
That's incredibly exciting. So, all the entrepreneurial journeys we talk about at the Blank Center and all the stories we hear, there are always some surprises along the way. Things never go how you think they're going to go. Can you tell a story or share in a time when things didn't go as you expected them to go? Maybe something that went beyond your original scope?
Yes. In fact, it went in a positive way. So, I don't think we can name that client here, but one of the largest American-based company, but they're also one of the largest employers in India. They're into the IT space and consulting. And so we had decided we won't be doing, for example, health camps. We tried that with schools. We saw there's no bottom line to make in it. So we just sold the health platform to this company. And they said, hey, can you do health camps? So we pushed back. Like, we don't want to get into that business. And they're like, we'll give you extra money for that. Like, we're still not interested. And they're like, no, we'll give you more money. We'll pay for your travel and everything. And every camp that you do, you tell us how much money you want for every camp. And it's like, you know what? We'll do it. And then we said that, how can we use it to our advantage? So we realized that when we are there at the health camp and we are actually there, we can actually use that data. We can capture data which we wouldn't have otherwise. Because an email campaign goes out, they might fill in. I mean, we did have a good penetration, but still we were able to acquire data which we wouldn't have otherwise. So we used that opportunity that way.
And you made a real opportunity out of it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. So in light of the acquisition of your company this summer, which is incredibly exciting, and the evolution of the business now that you've been doing this for a long time, what do you hope that Babson students in the Babson community can take away from your experience and the journey that you've been on?
Sure, and it kind of ties up with the previous kind of question, is that the acquisition was one of the very unexpected outcomes. We never had hoped that acquisition would be an exit strategy for us. And as they used to tell us at Babson, that at the right price, everything is for sale.
That is true.
So, so I think it's we feel incredibly proud of what we started. We started with an idea, we executed it, and then we had an exit. And so when you are creating wealth out of nothing, it's a great joy that you have. And coming to what the Babson students and what they can learn from our journey, I think they're all incredibly smart, much better entrepreneurs, I'm sure. But there are two things which stand out for us. One is that entrepreneurship is such a tough journey. It kind of changes you as a person. You start to appreciate, and you become absolutely humble, and firmly believe that entrepreneurs never fail. It's the companies fail. Entrepreneurs always succeed. It's more important to cross the starting line than the finishing line. So that's one big thing that I would tell everyone, is that stay absolutely humble, right? Yeah. And also the other part of it is that don't be afraid to fail. And I think there are so many days when we just go to bed and hope that there is no tomorrow. We're just like camels, or ostrich maybe, just bury our hands, nobody's seeing us. But yeah, the next day we wake up and from somewhere we have this reserve of energy and the self-belief that we can do it again.
The self-pity is sort of fueling that.
Absolutely, and I think another key learning for us has been that as entrepreneurs we always get caught up in doing something different that we actually miss out doing good. So if we keep doing good, the difference always follows.
Yeah.
Right? So I'd just like to end, just by saying that, do good and stay humble. That would be my mantra.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. Thank you. So how about we do that award giving part now? You want to do that? All right,
Thank
cool.
you.
Thank you.
Well, this team is indeed making a difference in India and around the world. Please join me in congratulating the 2018 Rising Stars, Dhairya Gupta and Chinmoy Mishra. For everyone coming tonight to honor our wonderful rising stars and to honor Rich, I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend. There are so many wonderful things to do. Thank you for coming back to Babson, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you.